I'm getting live.
Hey everybody, it's Matthew. Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be giving you a little informational video on how to build. So I'm just telling you what I know about building basically in this video, because I know a little bit and I wanted to share it with you. I'm going to be showing you how to add detail to your house. Now the reason I have two different things here is because no, this is not going to be a house. This is only 2 blocks wide. This is going to be showing you like how do I turn a wall, how do I make a wall like detailed, you know. So without further ado, let's get started. And that one's just a house, like we'll turn it into a house. So over here, let's just say we're gonna add a door. So where's the door? Hello? Here you go. Let's just say this is a door. And we have this big window here. And we could put this window right in here, and there's another window right here. And right here what I'm just doing is I'm basically making an outline for the house. Like, okay, here's what the front of the house is gonna look like. So there's gonna be this, there's gonna be these windows, and if I want to, I can come up here and make some windows up here, which is what I'm going to do. So here we go. And you want it to be even with the other side. So we're just going to, I'm going to actually fill this in a little bit. Alright, there we go. Now add your windows. And there we go. This is the first part. Actually, let me just do this for a second. Sorry, technical difficulties. And yeah, so this is the first part. Now, it doesn't really still look like the front of a house. The reason for that is, what's missing here? Well, you guessed it, a roof. So how we build a roof? Well, you could say that you could just do this. But this would not really be very good for the top of the house. And let me just finish this off here. Yeah, this would not be very good for the top of a house because it looks too blocky. It's not very detailed at all, but it's a start. So how do we really fix this? Well, first you have to start adding things, and with that we have these cobblestone stairs. Cobblestone stairs can be used for the tops of houses, as in like roofs and stuff. They can really be used for a lot of things. They can be used for doors, like I'll get to that later. But they can be used for basically a lot of stuff, and I'll show you how they can be how you can use them in a good way. So you notice there's a little bald spot up here, so we're just gonna get some slabs. Not slabs. And so we need to keep in mind, you're going to want to make sure that your building or your build kind of like it goes together, like all the colors fit together. This thing, for example, with this color would not go well together. You have to have colors that complement each other. So well, you have to keep that in mind as you're building, and that will eventually work out for you in the end. But it still doesn't look very detailed. I mean, sure that it looks a little bit more because it's like this is a quarter, this is an eighth. You know, like this is a half of or like 1/4 of a block. So like this little area, and this is 1/3. This like yeah, whatever. It gives it more detail, but it doesn't give it that much more detail. So how can we fix this? Well, it's just as simple as oops, doing this to each side. And to the front. So we're just going to do that right now. And here we have it. This is what it is. So if you go outside and you look at your house, you'll notice that the roof doesn't just stop right at the edge of the wall. So you have to put that in Minecraft as well. Whenever you're building, you have to keep that in mind. Like, what do houses actually look like? Well, they have to go out. So this is what it would really look like, but again, this really isn't too detailed right now, and we'll get to the rest of it of the wall later. But right now we're just primarily focusing on the roof. So a way that you could further detail this is simply just by placing these blocks like on the upper half of the staircase, like this, and using the same block, mind you, and then slab right under there, and do this. And oh, look at that! It's now a thicker roof, and you can. My advice is to add 3 slabs right here just to make it, or 2 more slabs under this one just to make it look like. Because if you just have that, it kind of looks weird. But if you do that, I think it looks better. But it's really just your opinion. We can also do this. So this is still that you can make that part thick too, and it really just gives more depth to the build. What you could also do is what you have to do is also build something like a chimney on top of it. So let's say, because that gives a little bit more detail on your work. Now this isn't going to look very good, but it's just me thinking of something quickly. You could use this for smoke, basically. And there you have it. You have a little chimney now. And it's starting to look like a house, isn't it? But it is lacking something. And that's... what about the front? Like the face of the house. Well, there's something that you have to do here, and that's actually... I messed up on this. You have to bring the windows in, not back in there, silly Matthew. Probably not in this case. So we have our little windows here, and it looks pretty 2D. Well, we want to make it not look 2D. That looks really bad. So how can we fix this? First, it's as simple as this. Build outward like this. And have oak wood, or no, not oak wood, trunks like these. I think looks the best on the outside of a wood house, just in my opinion. But on any house, you probably want to have something like this, like on the outside. But that still doesn't look too good. So what we're gonna do now is to separate the top of the house from the bottom of the house. We're going to, let's see, actually, so lower this one more. Whenever you're building, you sometimes have to change things around, and I think I'll keep that to it, but we'll just see for later. Because as you're building, ideas are coming to you in your mind, and you want to be able to put that on there. So that's what I'm doing right here. And then after that, you want to be able to separate this from, or the bottom of the house to the top of the house, because it makes it look more realistic in a way. And now it's starting to come, now it's starting to come together. This is going to be the front of the house. So the front of the house, you want to be able to add detail to it. And what I'm doing now is basically going through here and look. Oh, I already had that. Going through here, looking for blocks that I can use on the front of the house to make it look more detailed. Because the more you put on the face of your house, the more detailed it looks. So what we can do here is we can do this. So now you see, you can do that. And this is basically a window. And you can now break these windows and put them here. And it now just looks a little bit more detailed. If you want, you can add fences to here, but that will require the blocks. So let me just do that here. Yeah, so basically my mic decided to stop working in the middle of me doing this, so that's weird. But anyways, so you got this finished, and let me give you a rundown of what I described. So this is the finished product of the build. And what I did here was I basically, like I was saying, you have to bring all the blocks out, and if you want to have depth in your build, the more detail, the more depth your build, the more depth there is in your build, and the better it looks. So what you want to do with your detail and your design and your colors and all that jazz is you want to stay consistent. So what I did was I stayed consistent with cobblestone, this wood, and I stayed consistent with the detail design. So on this you can see I used a stair and some slabs and then these fences, and then I basically put them upside down on the bottom here for like a windowsill, and I did it on all the other windows because I wanted it to stay consistent. So that's what I did here. Nothing changed on the roof. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say for the wall. So how do you apply this to a house? Well, like this is just a wall. So how do you apply this to an actual house? Well, what I was going to do was I was going to go over there, over on that side, show the little block. Here's a picture of it. And then I was going to show you how to basically turn this into that, or turn that into this, but it stopped, so whatever. Here is the finished product on the other side of this wall. Ta-da! So I'll do // undo to get rid of this wall. And yeah, so as you can see here, there are a lot of similarities. The only difference is I didn't put that block right here because it was too there was no space to put it, like to put that log here. So I just rolled with it and said, you know what, I just want to do it, and it looks better without it because these already kind of separate the top from the bottom. So yeah, so here you can, as you can see, we use the same design from over there to over here on the windows, and I made it arc over the door, and then over here did the same thing, and on the back there's nothing, and there's these little oak logs just to give more depth, because if you take this down like this, it looks pretty crappy. So you want to have these supporters, and the roof is the same as over there, except oh my, I forgot an important detail. Add a chimney, so it has to be the right size, just right, not too big, not too small, just right. And that seems to be a good height. So now I'm going to press Z. Whoop. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, Z. Whoop. Wrong one again. Whoop, wrong one again. There we go. Okay. And have some cobwebs for smoke. By the way, if you didn't know what that command was, it's just Z. So yeah, that is how to build your house in Minecraft, how to put detail on it. If you want these more informational videos, leave a like and a comment telling me you do and what you want me to build next, and to show you how to build, because I really love to do that, and I really love to teach people how to do things. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something from this. If you did, again, leave a like, and as always, stay swaggy. See you guys.